So we've got my favourite little red horse here. She's had a week off, full feed, lots of grass, and she's feeling very full of herself. She's had a little bit of a hump because of the saddle, and she's blown off a little bit of steam. Good girl. Today she's having a bit of an issue with the bosal, and it was rubbing on her a little bit, so I thought instead of persevering with that and causing more trouble than we need, I thought today we'll start mouthing Betty up. Good girl. Good. And that way we get rid of the rub problem that the bosal's causing, and that's causing her some discomfort. Good. Good girl, Bets. So, good girl. I just thought we'd come in here and blow some steam to start with. I'm just going to try and fix that shoulder up a little bit in here. Good girl. Yeah, good girl. I really like this little horse. She wants to work and she tries hard. Good. Good girl. Good. She always looks happy about her job, and she's keen. Good. Let horses get used to the bridle for the first time. They just put it on and let them mouth it, where I find they muck around with it so much. It's just easier if you put the bridle on and get them working. They sort of learn to accept it a whole lot quicker than if you just dick around with it a bit. So today I'm going to put the bridle on Betty, and we're going to tie her down between her front legs straight away. Good girl. Good girl. So right here, I'm just going to wait on her. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good. Good girl. These first few bridlings are really, really important. Good girl, Betty. You don't want to be bashing and crashing on their teeth and clanging. It just kind of puts them off. Got her tongue over the bit, and that's not uncommon the first bridling. They all fool around with it, and that's part of the reason why I like to keep them moving. It gets their mind off playing with the bit with their tongue, and actually gets their mind thinking. Tied pretty loosely. She's going to disagree with me and think that that's not tied loosely at all, but it's tied loose enough for now. All right. I'm just going to let her figure it out. She's going to pull on that. There. So she already just taught herself a lesson. And she sort of hit that there. She's pulling on it again. It's really important in this very first early stages where they're learning this to push them forward. It helps them to find that soft spot. Now she's got her tongue over the bit at the moment. I'm not worried about that. She'll fix that up as we go along as she releases that pressure. Yeah. The beauty of this compared to what I had to go through with Tradie is we're just setting her up correctly from the beginning. So she's learning how to respond to that pressure straight off the bat. So you saw me tighten that up a little. And the reason I did that is because I thought it might help her with her tongue. So she's actually got her tongue underneath that bit now. Even though she's mouthing it, it's sitting a little bit better for her. So even though I've sort of pulled her in a little bit more, on the upside, she's now softening to that really well. So, new side, new brain. She's having the argument now with this side. She's playing around with her tongue again. She's just shoved it back underneath. She'll figure out that it's more comfortable with that on top of her tongue than under it. Good girl, Bet. I'll change directions. So I'll move her up. Good girl. Move her up into a canter soon because she's really getting the hang of this. Good girl. She's not bred for reining, but I actually wouldn't mind. I think she's got the mind for it. So I wouldn't mind seeing her have a bit of a go at it. Come on. That was a nice little bit of pressure there where she sort of tested it out. They've got to have these moments where they test to see if the rules are still the same. That's what cements in their head. That's where they need to be to get away from the pressure. There we go. Good job. And change directions. It's that thing that I've mentioned a few times now, that it doesn't need to be perfect on the first day. They just need to get a concept of it, and then you build on it. So I'll give her the concept of this today in walk, trot and canter. And tomorrow when we come out and do this again, I would hope that it's a little bit better. Good girl, Betty. Come on. Good. It's lovely. Good job. Help her through this spot a bit. Good girl. Come on. Come on, She's just confused. All right there, good girl. Like I said just before, those moments are really important. Where they put themselves into a real bind, they get themselves into a pickle and then they figure it out. Ah, see? Perfect, good job. Just back off her a bit.